Hello everyone, welcome to another planty video. It is me, Desiree, and today we're doing a little 3-in-1 video. I want to share with you plants that died this month, what I'm decluttering, and what I bought. There wasn't enough to talk about to make 3 separate videos, so we're just gonna lump it all together. So I'm gonna start with what died and what I'm decluttering so we can end with the most beautiful plant. Even just carrying this in here, I was like mesmerized by it. It's so freaking pretty. I don't know exactly what it is, so you'll have to help me out there. But anyway, let's start with what died this month. So only one plant died, believe it or not. One of the things that drives me the most nuts with plant advice on the internet is the blanket advice. So during the winter time, everybody puts out there like how to care for your plants in the winter videos, which can be helpful, of course, but a lot of the time it's like blanket advice for every single plant. And one thing I see all the time is don't water your cactus in the winter. And I don't think the season should be a factor at all in whether or not you water your plant. If your plant needs water, you water it. I watered my cactus regularly throughout the winter, and although winter's coming to a close, this is going to be a tip for myself this coming winter because a cactus died this month, and I watered my cactus when it needed it. If it was showing me signs that it was thirsty, like it's feeling kind of shrunken when you squeeze it or touch it, does it feel hollow on the inside? Does it look like a prune? Does it just look really, really like shrunken up and like depleted? Give it some water. And I watered mine regularly and they did perfectly fine. Pretty much all of them live in a south-facing window. So even during the winter time, the window is really warm. The sun is really warm. They're getting adequate lighting. So I felt okay watering them throughout the winter. That being said, I watered one that I know I shouldn't have watered because it wasn't showing me any signs that it needed to be watered. It wasn't looking shriveled up or shrunken or pruny or depleted. It wasn't doing anything like that. I just felt like it had been a while since I watered it, so I watered it. And it was my poor Astrophytum Capricorn. I'll have to put a picture here because I didn't save it to show it to you. This poor thing. I saw it one day and I was like, when is the last time I watered that plant? I'll go ahead and water it. I really shouldn't have. I should have just let it sit and be and chill, but I watered it anyway. It stayed wet for way too long because that one I actually have in an east-facing window under a carport, so they're not getting as much hot, warm sun as the south-facing plants do. So I knew I should have just left it, but I didn't. And one day I went to look at it and it was moldy. It had mold all on the sides. It was completely mushy. And I felt so bad because that plant was so beautiful. If I see another one, I will definitely buy it. I missed it right when I was like, I'm gonna have to throw this thing in the trash, this poor thing. So that is the plant that died this month. So a little tip for myself, next winter, water the plants when they need it. If they don't need it, don't water them. But we'll see what happens next winter. I might do the same thing. Okay, and one plant I am gonna declutter is one I'm so sad to say I forgot about. I moved this plant into the other room to the south-facing window where all the cactuses live because I thought it would do well there, and it did not because you know what? I forgot about it. I put it on the windowsill, but it was also behind the TV, and I don't see it unless I go to close the blinds because I have to reach behind the TV to close the blinds. And one day I saw this there and I was like, oh my God, I forgot about it. What is it, you ask? Good question. It is a Cotyledon pendens. I don't know, that's what the label says here. And this was a really beautiful plant. It was so beautiful when it was alive and thriving. And now it's just a dried up twig. And I feel really bad about it. But when I went to move it the other day away from the window, all of these little things just started falling right off. And they were falling all over the floor, even just picking it up earlier to bring it in here. They were falling off. So I'm gonna take whatever's left on here, like these other little pieces, and pop them off and maybe just sprinkle them into another plant and see if they'll kind of sprout and grow something else. But this poor little thing, it was beautiful when it was thriving and I felt so bad because I loved this plant a lot when I bought it. But you know what? When you have 250 plants in your house, one of them is gonna get forgotten, and this was the one this month. So I'm just gonna toss this. But is it dead too? I don't know. It could be also considered a plant that died, but I feel like if I started watering it again, it would perk back up because there's some new growth right here, but I'm just gonna kind of take it apart and see what I can salvage from that. So that one is getting decluttered. But let's end with a beautiful plant purchase. So believe it or not, I didn't buy any plants all month long until, what's today? Today's Wednesday. Until Monday the 26th. I didn't buy any plants the whole month. I did go shopping for plants and looking around, and either I was missing the shipment at the local nursery here and they were kind of empty, or nothing was really catching my eye, or Home Depot started carrying only Costa Farms now. Costa Farms and Vigoro, but it's mostly Costa Farms and they all look like crap. It's the same stuff I see at the Lowe's here where they don't take care of them. They just look ugly. And I went to Home Depot recently to look around, and I was like, I was so disappointed. I was even telling my boyfriend, I'm like, look how bad the plants look. I was just really disappointed. I don't know if Mason Farms, like maybe their contract ran out, so they went with someone else like Costa Farms. Who knows? But we used to have a local farm that supplied the plants to Home Depot, at least all the house plants, and now they're no longer there, which breaks my heart because the plants were well taken care of. They all looked really, really good all of the time. They had a great selection. They had different stuff. They had great prices. And now we just get all the same, like, half-dead Costa Farms plants that I see at the Lowe's all the time. It was so disappointing. It was so disappointing. Anyway, enough of that rant. Let me show you what I bought. So anyway, I did go to the old Osuna nursery, and I was looking around again, and I was like, oh, I didn't really see anything I wanted until I saw this. When I saw this, I don't know if I can even accurately describe the feeling I got in my body. This plant made me feel happy from head to toe. I was like, oh my God, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I could not stop looking at it. I even took a little video of where the pothos was, because they had the neon pothos, this, and then golden pothos. So I thought this was a golden pothos, but they just have it labeled as pothos assorted. And the golden pothos they had labeled as golden pothos. And it was more like green leaves with the yellow splashes on it. But this one, I don't know if it's just a golden with some extreme variegation or if it's a hybrid of something, but this took my breath away. I don't even know if the video is going to do this plant justice, because seeing it in real life, it just looks like it has a light inside of it. It has a light inside of it that is then going into my body and making me feel so good and happy. I don't know what it was, but the plant it just made me so happy. So I bought 2 of them and I couldn't stop looking at it. I just saw it there and I kept going like, oh my God, what is that? What is that? These were $9 each. I thought, I don't know, should I buy 2? And then I just couldn't. It made me feel so good and so happy to see these. I'm hoping it's coming across in the video just how absolutely gorgeous this plant is. I don't think it's going to, because you know, sometimes you see something in real life and you're like, this is never going to translate in a picture. You have to see it with your own eyes. If you know what kind of pothos this is, let me know, because it just says assorted. It wasn't labeled golden, and the goldens were labeled golden. The neon said neon. I have no words. I have no words. This plant just makes me so happy. So, so happy. And I'm glad it was my only plant purchase of the month. And that's it. That's all I bought this month. Let me know some plants you bought this month. Let me know what died. Let me know what you decluttered. Let me know what you bought. Let me know what's making you happy. I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe so you don't miss my next one, and I will see you later in another video. Goodbye. I gotta tell you, just talking about this plant and having it there is making my chest feel like full. It's so weird what plants can do to a person, right? But dang, I just love it so much. Anyway, goodbye.